And good afternoon. Welcome to Laurel Park. Today at the races here. I'm Stan Salter, odds maker Keith Fustel here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Some great live racing. Nice carryover in today's Rainbow Pick Six. We're up over the $20,000 mark. It was almost going to be hit yesterday, but then we had a couple long shots in the sequence, and then I think it was Spartaneous in race 8 for Mike Pino that knocked everybody out. But a tough sequence today. We'll both have tickets for the Rainbow Pick Six, but lots of things going on. We'll get to the carryovers. Sunday fun day brunch here today as well. Fun for the whole family. Kids zone down there with the pony rides and everything for the kids. We have the Sunday fun day brunch up there in the Garden Terrace area. So lots going on today. Next Saturday, a big day here. We have the Champions Handicapping Tournament and Maryland Pride Day. Great Maryland racing and Maryland food and Maryland beer.
It's a good way to end things up here. It's been a nice summer meet. Like I said, we've got a beautiful day today. The track fast. The guys did a great job. You know, you got to compliment the guys on the track yesterday. Got that turf course tight and really right back up. It played fair. So yeah, we've got a good 2 weeks to finish out here.
Also next Saturday for Maryland Pride Day, we're going to be helping out our neighbors over there in Ellicott City. Keith, you've probably been down there before. I've been down there before. Lots of great bars and restaurants and kind of the heart of Howard County. Of course, the big flash flood back on August 20th. I'm sorry, no, it was a couple of weeks ago in July. But on Saturday, August 20th, the Maryland Jockey Club is going to present a $10,000 check to the United Way of Central Maryland's EC Strong Fund. We invite members of the community to come out and enjoy the EC Strong race that will be held next Saturday, August 20th on Maryland Pride Day. You can receive a Laurel Park cap or lunch tote for a minimum $10 donation that will go directly to the EC Strong Fund. So Maryland Jockey Club, as always, helping out our neighbors in need. What a crazy flood that was in Ellicott City, but I went to high school in Howard County. It's a great county. They're going to get that fixed up, and we're happy to help.
Yeah, it's the support, everybody around here locally and statewide has come together and really helped Ellicott City out. I know some friends that has a restaurant over in that area, not where the flood hit, but in Howard County on the outskirts of Ellicott City, and really kind of come together, giving out meals to all affected, all the businesses. There's a trickle-down effect too, Stan, that you really don't see behind the scenes. Not just the businesses right there, but everybody else who kind of works along with those businesses. It's going to take a yeoman's task to get it together, but they will. They'll get it back.
Yeah, it was a 100-year storm, but we're going to help out and get Ellicott City going strong again. So, all right, let's check out the carryovers here. We're going to have a little carryover starting in race 1, that rolling super high five with the low 15% takeout. A little over $1,000 in the rolling super high five for race 1. Race 1 also kicks off the early pick 5, mandatory pick payout on the early pick 5, and then Rainbow Pick 6, big carryover today, over $20,000, $20,494. I'm going to be going after today. Keith, you're going to have a ticket as well. It's a tough sequence. I think if you have 6 winners today, very good shot of taking down the whole pot because of very tough sequence in the pick 6.
We had a shot yesterday. I like the layout of the races, and unfortunately, I couldn't come up with a big enough ticket. The ticket I gave out on the show, we had 5 of 6 missed on that single with the Kelly Rubley on the turf. Spartianos beat us, Mike Pino. I told Vinny after the races, we team up at all. We hit it. So, it's our mistake. It happens, but it was definitely hittable yesterday. Coming back on a tough sequence again today. Let's get this thing close to 30,000 if we can. That'd be good.
I think a very good shot at getting around 30,000 today. No carryover in that late pick 5. They hit it yesterday. Big payout in that late pick 5.
Was strong too.
Yeah, some nice prices yesterday. So both early and late pick 5s have that industry low 12% takeout, and that's a mandatory payout on the early pick 5. Beautiful day out here. We're getting a little break from the oppressive heat we've had the past few days. Nice little breeze. We have some cloud cover. Let's take a look at the track conditions. Will be fast and firm today. So the turf course was good yesterday. We're going to get an upgrade, more firmer turf course today.
Absolutely. And it hedged towards firm yesterday. You looked at the times. They were solid. Still just a little bit of give in the ground, though. We've got this nice breeze and the heat going to help things out. I'm sure they rolled it a little bit more last night, but the crew did a great job of getting this track back in tip-top shape.
All right, now you see the beautiful turf course will be on the Kelso and the Fort Marcy turf course today. Fast and firm here at Laurel Park. First race post time 125, and there you see the weather 90s and sunny, but a little nice breeze today here for Sunday Fun Day. Chef Damon has the Sunday Fun Day brunch going on up there, and let's get to some handicapping here.
Go.
For race one.
Dig in.
Let's show the carryover here for the Super High 5, and then we'll show my early pick 5 ticket. But nice little carryover in that Super High 5. Low 15% takeout for the Super High 5, and it's $1,042 sitting there for you in race one for the Super High 5. So take a swing at that, and let's take a look here at the early pick 5. I have a small little modest ticket for the early pick 5. Mandatory payout, low 12% takeout. I'm 3 deep here, and first, second, and third race using the 4, 6, 7 here in the first, 7, 9, 10 in the second. 1, 4, 7 there in the third. Then I'll narrow it down a little bit. Race 4, it's a nice maiden special weight going long on the grass. I'll use the 3 and the 11 in there, and then I'm going to key on a Mike Pino first off the claim in race 5. Nice open nickel going 7 furlongs. I'm going to key on the 7 Avalanche Rock 4-1 first off the claim for Mike Pino. Trevor McCarthy aboard. There's a lot of droppers in that race. I like this horse stepping up off the claim, off a win. So that's my key horse here for this early pick 5. All right, race 1 claiming 5,000 filly mares. 3 and up, never won 2, going a flat mile on the main track, and I'm just looking for a little price here, trying to beat the chalk in here, Keith. So I'll end up on the 4 Solid Silver, 8-1 Taylor Hall aboard here. For Mary Epler, second off the layoff, and you look at that race 2 back over there at Pimlico, a decent third at this level. A winner here at Laurel Park. This horse can get the job done, I think, at a nice price.
Yeah, Taylor Hall fits her running style perfectly. She doesn't have a whole lot of speed. He'll let her kind of settle, get into stride, start trying to steadily pick things up mid-turn. Some questionable horses, as you say in here. We've got a couple droppers in the 6 Broccolini, who didn't run a step last time on the turf. Enigma dropping down from Michelle Nevin. I respect the 4 Solid Silver. I'm going to use her in the mix, as well as the 1 Sola Fide for Hugh McMahon. Looks like the main speed. The only knock on her is she had the rail on a rail favoring, speed favoring day, and just couldn't quite last at the 7 furlongs. But you know, this horse is bred to kind of stretch out. I think she's going to go a long, long way in here with jockey Fergal Lynch. Going to have to shake clear of the 2 Anthem Singer early. But I'll go with the 7 Enigma. I'll settle. Michelle Nevin is just deadly the last couple of years. 8 for 18 with these big kind of droppers, with an ROI, a positive ROI of $2.50. So Enigma, a little bit of trouble last time at Mama. Second off, a little bit of layoff. I think she's trackable from the outside, you know, within this field, maybe 4 or 5 lengths out of it, and we'll try to kind of reel in the leaders by the head of the stretch. But I think Solid Silver, and maybe even the 5 Sally Palakai will be coming from the back.
All right, so we both like the 4 and the 7 a little bit. I don't blame you at all for tossing the 6 Broccolini, 8-5 here. Wasn't doing much on the turf, beaten favorite last 2, and so Kieran's saying, all right, we're just going to go to the bottom here and see what happens and see if he can wake her up.
I mean, she's run good enough numbers on the dirt the couple times she's run. Going to be a short price. I think 8-5, maybe even a touch lower. I got to take a shot against her to get the day started. We've seen this in the first race. These short prices usually don't come in.
Yeah, that's true. It's been kind of a trend the past couple weekends. All right, race 1 kicks off the early pick 5. Nice carryover in the Super High 5 there for race 1. Let's turn the page. Race 2 kicks off the early pick 4. We get out to the Fort Marcy turf course, going 5.5 furlongs, rails at 87 feet. Let's take this claiming 7,500. 3 and up. My best bet of the day here. Let's take a look at this horse's last win. The 9 IE Flash, best bet of the day. She's won 2 in a row here at last at Laurel, 2 back at Pimlico at this level. Javion Toledo's been aboard both times, and here she is, her last win at Laurel Park as we roll it from the far turn. She's got to come 5 wide here for trainer Hassan Alamri, but Toledo gets her in good condition and good contention, turning for home. 8-1 this day. It was a tough field of open 75s that day, but IE Flash wins, going away by almost 2 lengths. The Pulse, who was second, would come back to win. Toledo's been aboard the last 2. Toledo with a big day yesterday, winning 3. So let's see if he can get 3 in a row here on IE Flash. So I think it's going to have a similar trick similar trip. Toledo's confident in this 7-year-old gelding. Keep calling her, but a 2-time winner at Laurel Park, and he can just be wide and stalk and just the same kind of trip, just like that.
Toledo's done a really good job of working out good trips with this horse from outside post for the last 2 wins. It's kind of able to draft in and rate. And this horse, you saw mid-turn there, Stan, had plenty of horse. He just got clear, and once he straightened away, finish up nice and strong, stayed on his correct lead. Sana Lamri's got his horses in top form. Really tough luck yesterday with High Bar. Had a brutal trip down inside.
Right.
May have been best or second best in that race on block the last 16th of mile. I agree. I think IE Flash, he's the in-form horse against a couple horses that have been questionable definitely of late. Billy the Bull drops again, scratched out of that tougher starter yesterday to go here. He's going to take him as far as he can. Hasn't been able to last the last 2. Now, last time out, I think he was on a little bit softer ground. Might prefer definitely this drop to the open 75 and the firmer ground today. Let's also take a look at the 11, Thomas Hill, who draws in Stanford trainer Mike Pino. An excuse last time out, squeezed back, made a little bit of a late run, but a good comment. If you go read the long comment, the footnote on this race, August the 5th. The jockey was with a firm left grip, saying this horse might have been trying to get out a little bit. Maybe an indicator something's not quite right. That's maybe why this horse is dropping from 25 down to 75. Respect the barn, though, and the jockey, Trevor McCarthy. He'll make a run from off the pace as well. But definitely a little suspect here, going from 25, just second off the claim, really doing this big drop.
Yeah, big drop. That's an important draw in off the AE, though. For 5-2 morning line, Trevor McCarthy aboard the barn. Mike Pino with a nice win yesterday. So we both like the 7 a little bit, Billy the Bull. I'll throw the 10 in there as well. This horse appears to be in decent form for trainer Michelle Nevin. Last race, I think it was a tougher condition. That open 75 on a good turf course here. But you look at this horse's last win. That was against open 16 at Gulfstream last March. So if this horse can get back to that kind of level, Gabe Saez, did you get any rider change in there? Okay, so Gabe Saez coming down to ride this horse. I think the only horse he's on today for trainer Michelle Nevin. So that's kind of telling right there.
He's got some speed. I think he was on the worst part of the turf course last time out, July 30th. That was the day we ran one and came off of it. That being said, I think he's going to be the stalker, make the first run, try to make the first run at Billy the Bull. Will he be able to sustain into that and kind of hold off the closers, IE Flash, Thomas Hill? Jonestown Jonesy, he's shown okay at this level in the past. A good effort against the next out winner at Delaware last time. But his recent Maryland tries, leave a little bit to be desired. I think he's got to move up off those last couple Maryland tries.
All right, race 2, nice wide open, 75 on the turf. Race 3, we get back out to the main track, 5.5 furlongs here for maiden filly mares, 3 and up, claiming 10,000, and I'm going with the chalk down on the inside, a big dropper for trainer Phil Schoenthal. The barn's having a very good summer. Fergal Lynch aboard, and this is a 4-year-old filly by Not for Love for the Germania Farms, and we've seen with Sabiadoro, they dropped that horse down coming off the layoff. This horse is the third race this year, coming off a long layoff. Had one race back in 2014, but they dropped Sabiadoro and got the money. I know they dropped one yesterday.
Pax Orbis the other day,
Pax Orbis and almost got the money. So they want to win now with this horse, third race back off the layoff. A tough inside post today. Maybe Fergal Lynch goes to the front like they tried to last time, going 7 furlongs.
Yeah, shortening up, but just send her out there, see as far as she can go. The race is going to go through her, I think, Stan. I think she's the speed of the speed. I like a sneaky little horse here, the 3, Delightful Storm, though. Jared Jornet finally got a win yesterday. That was good to see. A good aggressive ride for John Hartzell's horse, Heavenly Hayes, and gets the win there, well clear. But Delightful Storm, they try this horse every time. All 7 starts on the turf. Just tossed the last, was getting out. Picks up, a live bug rider, I believe. And this horse is bred for the dirt. I don't know why all these races have been on the turf. You got a dam there, Quiet Delight, stakes place on the dirt, 3 for 10, made about $130, ran in $130,000, ran mid-90 buyers, is half to a $340,000 earner on the dirt. Let's give it one shot here, one final shot for the 3, Delightful Storm. I've chased this filly a few times. She's let me down, but maybe here you've got some suspicious speed up front. I think she can make a significant move from off the pace with a live bug rider.
Yeah, nice lightweight assignment there, 109. I'll throw the 4 in there. You like this 3-year-old filly by Frisian Fire a little bit. Beaten favored last time at Delaware for Open 15. They're dropping here to the cheapest she's run, Northern Mine, who was third in that last race, would come back to win. You're taking 7 pounds off with the apprentice Callie Francois and breaking from the 4-hole in a soft spot here on the drop. Should be able to get a good trip.
Yeah, she looked home free back in March, couldn't get it done. Now steadily declining in the claiming ranks. Had aim at Delaware, the third place finisher did come back to win, run a credible number of 51 buyer for maiden claiming of 15,000. She's going to have to stalk. She's going to have to show me she can sustain a little bit more through the stretch. That's the 4 first to final. I go 3-1-4 here. I think definitely the road's going to go through the 1. Schoenthal's horse, no more excuses.
And I throw the 7 Fair Sally in there, dropping second-time starter here for John Salzman Jr. Showed speed in the slop last out for the debut back on July 4th. That was for maiden 25. Now we're getting a fast track today and dropping to the bottom with Toledo with an outside post, so it could show up here a little bit.
Interesting, a real quick give up. I mean, this horse didn't run terrible and tried to get the horse. We talked about the Fairbanks horses yesterday. They tried to get this filly on the turf first time out, did not. Well, they're not willing to give her a second shot. That was the only thing that scared me. But she'll make a move into the pace once again. Does she kind of does she wilt a little bit with all that other pace pressure?
All right, let's get a commercial break. Big carryover today in the Rainbow Pick 6. It's been growing. We're finally up over $20,000 for that Rainbow Pick 6 carryover. Expecting to get around in the $30,000 range today. So we'll both have a ticket, and everybody should have a ticket for today's Pick 6. We'll tackle that when we come back.
When it comes to getting back in the game, there's only one team to turn to. The team more high school, collegiate, and professional athletes train and recover with. That team is MedStar Sports Medicine. For more than 30 years, MedStar has served as a leader in the diagnosis, treatment, and rehabilitation of orthopedic and sports-related injuries. Ranked among the top programs in the Maryland and Washington regions, we offer rapid access to athletes of all levels. Let the pros who treat the pros treat you. MedStar Sports Medicine.
Welcome back here to Laurel Park. Today at the races, I'm Stan Salter, Keith Fustel here on a beautiful Sunday afternoon, and race 4 kicks off our Rainbow Pick 6 today. Nice carryover, a little over $20,000, and there you see it, $20,494 to be exact. So it's a tough sequence today. I think if you have 6 winners, it's so tough you have a good shot of taking it all down. So get some buddies together, everybody throw some money in there, take a swing at today's Rainbow Pick 6. Keith has a ticket, I have a ticket. Let's take a look here at Keith's ticket first for the Pick 6.
Well, it's going to be do or die right off the bat. We're going to single Michael Dickinson. Oh man, I hope we can get it done. 7-5 morning line out of a really productive race in New York. Call it 3 deep by 5 deep by 4 by 4 by 2. Stan, a $96 ticket. Get 2 or 3 buddies, put them together. I don't like usually putting up a ticket this much, but we've got a good pot to go after. Going to be somewhere 25, 30,000. It's worth a shot. If we can get through that first leg, big if, but if we do, I think we're really strong through those last 5 races.
All right, there's Keith's Rainbow Pick 6, going with the single, the bold single here in the opening leg, and then you have some,
later,
some
good
coverage.
top or bottom.
All right, well, we're drastically different in our first legs. Let's take a look here at there you go. I'm clicking the all button here. Same total cost, $96 ticket. I'm hitting the all button in race 4, wide open maiden special weight for 2-year-old fillies going long on the Kelso. So looking for a price in race 4. I'm going to single on the 7 Avalanche Rock in race 5, using the 110 there in race 6. I really love the 1 Stormnet there for Leatherberry in the 6th race. Race 7, very tough. I'll go 4 deep there, 1, 2, 3 in the 6. We got to help out a little bit in race 8 with a couple scratches, so only using the 3, 4 there in race 8. With the last race, a tough maiden special weight going long on the grass, using the 3, 4, and the 11 there. So $96 ticket. All right, let's get right to it. Race 4, we're on the Kelso turf course. Rails at 35 feet, going a flat mile here. Maiden special weight, 2-year-old fillies. A bunch of nice ones in here. Let's take a look here at your top pick here, the 11. She's Like to Win, her debut effort up there at Belmont last
a little trouble after the break, bumped after the start with interest, but this horse actually checked pretty sharply. Let's pick this up right now. We can roll it, guys. Thank you. With the 2, She's Like to Win for trainer Michael Dickinson up at Belmont. Comes out of the gate okay, but then you see this horse in the blue silks kind of get pinched and squeezed. A little check there, pretty sharp check actually, almost to taken up. We're going to show this again, showing a little bit of gate speed, and then all of a sudden The 1 kind of comes out, the 3 comes in, and boom, checks pretty sharply there. We'll pick it up the head of the stretch. And really, Jock did a good job educating this filly. Was really kind of unhurried to the turn, kind of came between horses at the head of the stretch. Once this horse angles out for the last 1/8 of a mile, finishes up with a really, really nice run, Stan. The 2-year-old daughter of Frisian Ferrari out of Helen Louise. I think we might have seen her run around here, Stan. That name rings a bell. But kicks on nicely there. The 6th and 8th place finisher in that race, Stan, both came back at 4 to 5 odds. Next out, one of them won. Consulting ran here and just missed. I believe that was for Proctor. Very productive racer. Winning buyer that day was a 50. It was a 71 for Law. She's like the win, gets the benefit of that race and stretches out. I think she's going to be okay.
I respect all that. I'll use her in the mix. I'm going to go with a second-time starter from the Christophe Clement barn, and you have this filly third, and I think my main thinking was maybe the 3 with Daniel Centeno can just get a better trip than the 11. She's like the win. Pedrosa's going to have to do a very good job of trying to tuck in somewhere around that first turn. I'll go with the 3, Colby Cakes here, 2-year-old filly by Scat Daddy. A decent third for the debut up there at Delaware Maiden Special Weight. They bet her down to 3-1 that day. The dam was a stakes winner. She was third in a grade 3 going long on the grass. She made over 100,000, and this filly's a half sister to Lucky Copy, who made over 200,000. So I'm hoping Centeno can get a ground-saving trip here. Nice 9-2 price here on the 3 Colby Cakes. We both like her.
Yeah, I'm going to use her in the mix. Noble Ready, the winner of that race, went off at 1-2 that day at Delaware. Had run a 45 prior at Belmont. I'm just thinking maybe she's like the winner, ran a 59 first out. Might be a little bit better filly. We'll see. We got a couple maybe live firsters bred for the turf. The 10-horse Chubby Star, homebred for Sagamore, is a half the nest of Pirates, who ran like a mid-80s buyer. I think it was the only win for that horse, and it was on the turf. So Chubby Star has to be respected with the Lasix on. First time out for Sagamore.
Absolutely. By Malibu Moon, some nice well-bred fillies in here. Hammy Smith with a first-time starter on the rail. 2-year-old filly by Patio Prado. You have a Niall Seville, Einstein first-time starter. Cal Lynch and Rudy Rod. So I hit the all button.
Sure.
Good luck there
right.
with the single. If you're live, you have some nice coverage throughout. Where I get a little thin, like race 5 here. I get a little thin with my single.
But we've got that late pick 5 too. We scratch out 96 bucks. Go gather up a couple more bucks. Another 96. You can get it done. You'll find it somewhere.
That's right.
And we'll hit the late pick 5.
There we go. Let's take a look. I have a ticket here for the late pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. I believe it paid over $8,000 yesterday in the late pick 5. I'm going to go use the 3-7 here in race 5 with the 110 in race 6. Clicking the all button there in race 7 with the 3-4 in the 8th race, and then the 3-11 there in race 9. So $64 play here for the late pick 5. It's a wide open nickel, the old-fashioned wide open nickel, going 7 furlongs on the main track. Tough condition, a lot of droppers. The 3 Lunchbox Sam, probably the horse to beat, dropping from that open 12-5 up there at Belmont here for Michelle Nevin, who's red hot, and Toledo red hot. But I'll go with the 7 on the outside here. A winner from 3 starts here, going 7 furlongs. Also a third. It is 0 for 6 at Laurel Park. That's my only concern. But in good form off that last win against Nickel Company up there at Parks in the mud. That was a now a 2 in a year. So this is the next step up off that level to the open nickel. Mike Pino, 22% off the claim. Nice bullet work at Parks since the claim August 7th, the bullet half-mile work. So we get Trevor McCarthy. Hopefully the 7 can get a nice outside stalking trip.
Aptly named for the stable name, just in time. This is what this horse is probably going to do if he gets up. It's going to be just in time. He has no speed. He's going to need some help up front. I think he's just got maybe the best sustainable run, Stan. It's 7 furlongs. Luckbox Sam, he's going to make a move into it. The speed is going to be set, I believe, by ground control. He goes out. He spit the bit a little sooner than what I thought last time. It does take the drop from 10 to 5. Luckbox Sam, I think, makes first run. Can he sustain? I'm not sure. I think Avalanche Rock with McCarthy, he's going to be driving him hard and try to get this horse up in time. The 2 Mr. Beer Goggles, a little sneaky here for trainer Mike Jones to kind of get some of these Pinot horses. Good effort last time at the mile. I think 7 furlong suits. He's better suited from just off the pace. I'm going to toss the 2-back race at Laurel where he was engaged in a pace duel. I think he'll have a chance to sit and make one run.
Mike Jones, I think he's like a grandson of Ben Jones or something.
Okay.
40% win clip here.
Yeah.
So throw him out at your own risk. Nice 12-1 price there. I'd throw the 8 in there as well from the outside. In good form right now for Casey Cartagena. Fairy Cat, 0 for 7 here at Laurel Park, but a good second last out for that 7,500 beaten condition.
Yeah, he woke up last night because, right, this horse hasn't run well at Laurel Stan, but he's going to be positioned perfectly. The trainer does well with these short layoffs, coming back in 7 or 8 days. Thing that got me last night, kind of started, he looked like he made a winning move, leaving at 16 points, started to drift out at 7 furlongs. Will he kind of be able to sustain? I'm not sure.
I know in my on-air pick 6 ticket, I'm keying on the 7 here in race 5, but I'm in with the bigger syndicate ticket. We're going to be spreading out some more. You think, can I squeak by race 5 here, this tough open nickel with the 7, 3, the 8, and I'll use your 2 there as well. I think we can squeak by 4 deep there.
Yeah, let's go with that.
All right. Some more tough races here. I do have a stronger opinion here for race 6. We're on the Fort Marcy turf course here for race 6, going a mile in a 16th, rails at 87 feet. Race 6 kicks off the late pick 4. This is a 3 and up, never won 2 lifetime, claiming 16,000. Let's take a look here at my top pick, the 1 Stormnet from the Hall of Famer trainer King T. Leatherberry. Here's Stormnet's last win. This was at Pimlico, breaking his maiden 16,000 here in the famed white and orange silks of the Gym Stable. The 6-5 favorite this day gets up with Trevor McCarthy, wins going away by 4 this day. They came back, they run the horse in a race that came off the turf, so just draw a line through that. But 3 starts on the turf here since the claim by the Hall of Famer. He still knows how to get to the winner's circle when he claims horses, but 3 starts on the turf since the claim, a second and a win. I think Trevor McCarthy's gonna get a beautiful ground-saving trip today on the 1 Stormnet.
Yeah, we've seen a few of these trainers take advantage of George Weaver, bringing some of his horses that maybe didn't quite fit his stable in New York, dropped them down. They've claimed and moved up the ranks a little bit in Maryland. This one's just the same kind of horse, Stormnet. He's going to get a great trip. Some definite solid speed in here with Fuse Line, lovely notion. Even Raven Rush, I think, will be part of the mix. I think Raven Rush is a sneaky price horse to use in here. I threw him in on my pick 6 ticket. I think he can stalk and make a move. He's definitely taken a good drop. 2-back try against Do That Dance, Shinobi. He's going to make a run at a price. The 1 Stormnet stand I respect. He's going to get a great flow and should be able to get a good ground-saving trip to the top of the stretch. But I like the 3, Boston Strong, last time out. A good little race off the layoff, a good little tightener where he just kind of settled off the pace, shifted out wide and couldn't make up enough ground sprinting. Back to a distance that he's done better at. I think he gets first run on the speeds. And don't leave out the 4, Hush Hush Any. 2-back comment, unhurried early, no bid. All right, maybe got too far out of it, but moves outside to inside. I think he's one of the horses in here that's going to appreciate the pace flow up front and may make a little bit of a more solid run at a good price.
Yeah, very nice 15-to-1 price. I like the 3 a little bit. I kind of overlooked the 4, but you have me nervous about both those horses. You have the 10 and the 9 out of your top 3 here. The 10, first time gelding here for trainer Cal Lynch. First time in the barn for trainer Cal Lynch. He's about 13% getting new horses into his barn. Coming off a layoff, hasn't run since he was out west, out there in California back in May. We do have a rider change here on the 10, make it Sheldon Russell here on this Ireland bred for Cal Lynch. A big class relief that he's getting from those West Coast races. Did have a nice win against Maiden 75 at Santa Anita back in March. Got a 71 buyer that day. Hasn't put anything close like that up since then. Hopefully today Cal Lynch can wake him up today. First time gelding.
Yeah, first time gelding. That's the key. Out there, I didn't leave him out of my pick 6 ticket. I do fear this horse, Etoile. Going to be a shorter price, I believe. I do think the horse to beat is the 1 Stormnet, though. He's going to get the best trip. Looking for a little bit better price, maybe to blow it up to 3, Boston Strong, Hush Hush. And I'm going to stay to the inside. Even Raven Rush, I'm not going to leave him out. He was pretty game last time out.
All right, throw the 9 Data Mining in there. I like the barn here. Trainer Calixto Juarez, nice long shot winner a couple days ago with Skip Sonata. All right, race 7. This is a tough race here. Maiden claiming 40,000 back on the main track, going 5.5 furlongs. 2-year-old fillies. I'm 4 deep here on my on-air pick 6 ticket, but a very tough race. I think every filly in here can win, except I don't like the 4 at all. Meal ticket, the morning line favored, rightfully so. Dropping from those maiden special weight races up there at Delaware, where this 2-year-old well-bred filly by Malibu Moon, she ran okay up there, but she was the beaten favorite twice up there. Proctor wins races everywhere. He's just a little cold down here, and the rider, Ashley Castrenzi, she wins everywhere too, but just a little cold down here. So now you're faced with a tough decision, just cold connections down here, and a beaten favorite 2 times, but you almost have to use the horse protectively a little bit, but I don't have her in my top 3. And,
I like you taking a stand. That's good. That was like Church Monkey with me yesterday in that race where we sniffed out the Joe F. You take your stand. You like a short price horse stand, dropping down. Yeah, maiden special weight, he's 38%. The key is it looks like she's got to shake clear. If she doesn't get clear, she's in trouble.
Absolutely,
and she does have the experience of 2 races. But you got a live horse probably here. The 6 Happy Maids was scratched last week or so, maybe 2 weeks ago, comes back for trainer Ham Smith and owner Jerry Rome. It's a nice live little shot here to start it. I like the 7, Sweet Zorora for Gina Rosenthal. She does well second time out with the 2-year-olds. Good race last time out. Was making a move into the turn, had to steady. Came back again and really finished with good energy. Was a little green through the stretch. I think this horse, a good post position outside, has enough tactical speed. You're going to get an okay price on this horse to make a move and sustain here. That's the 7, Sweet Zoraya.
Yeah, Haley's Flip was a sharp winner in that that last race. So I'll go with the first-time starter from the Hammy Smith barn. It's a 2-year-old filly by Sky Mesa, who was won first out up there at Saratoga. I remember that day. It was there. He won by 10 going away. Everybody thought he was the next Derby horse. The Dam here by Broken Vow. She was 1 for 12, made 72,000. This is her first full. Some nice works here at Laurel Park and down there at Ellery Training Center in South Carolina. We know how well Hammy Smith does with the first-time starters, Jevion Toledo. So I'll go with the 6 on top. The 1, Baltimore Miss. You got to like the name here. Tough inside post for the debut. But Arnaud Delacour, he does well with the first-time starters. 22%. Some nice works up there at Delaware, and we're getting Fergal Lynch aboard.
Yeah, it's interesting with the 1 because they don't run. This trainer doesn't run too many horses for a tag first time out. I think if I'm looking at it, 2-year-olds for a tag over the last 2 years, only 2 horses have started first time out for a tag. So I think the mare, her lone win was going long, tougher inside post, Stan, and we'll see what happens with the 1, Baltimore Miss. She's going to take play. I'm going to use Naomi in the mix as well. Good race. That debut race was really strong. Kept on with good energy behind Weekend Oasis. Kind of got the lead and kept on going. Transitioned to the turf last time. Kind of an odd move for me. Now dropping back in for the tag and coming back to, I think, what's going to be her preferred surface. I don't think you can leave the 2 out there with Centano.
No, and I like your top pick, the 7, absolutely. I'm very tempted to not use the 4 meal ticket on my pick 6 ticket at all. So for cold connections. All right, turn the page here. Race 8 kicks off the late daily double. We're on the Kelso turf course, going 5.5 furlongs, rails at 35 feet. Nice starter allowance. Optional claiming 16,000. Let's take a look here at the 4. Another Badges race from back on June 17th over there at Pimlico at this level, going 5 furlongs on a good turf course that day with Trevor McCarthy for trainer Kieran McGee. And you're going to see this 3-year-old filly coming on the outside. She's going to get up for second, beaten ahead by Summer Frock that day. So this was going 5 furlongs at Pimlico. We're going to get an extra furlong today. Here you see her. She gets beat just ahead. A winning race, though, for the 4. Another Badge, beaten, favored. No, it was 5-1 that day. I think we're going to get an extra half furlong here today. Trevor McCarthy stays aboard. The 4, another Badge, my top pick.
Yeah, that was a brutal beat. Just a head bob, nose bob at the wire. Summer Frock, it came back out of that race and has been competitive in the allowance ranks. She's certainly going to be tough, going to take a lot of play. Dancing Lucy, I think, is going to take a lot of play as well. She comes down at, after that good race for 25, a little suspicious drop. It ran okay last time. I'm going to use her in the mix again on top 3, 4. Let's throw the 9 in there too as well. Stand Sweet Peaches for Trombetta when you least expect it. Kind of an odd move, I think. Comes down here. I didn't like this horse at all last time, Stan.
Right.
Got pounded at the windows, absolutely galloped, circled the field, one drawing away, a good fig there. The mare, 3 for 7 on the turf, stakes winner. The Funny Bone was actually out of a Woodman mare. It was okay, second dam, you go. There's turf on turf here. I know this horse tried it one time. That was a 2-year-old. You can probably throw that race out. An aggressive move, second time in the Trombetta barn. I don't want to get beat by this filly at a big price. And even the 5, Glitterati, I know it looks like she wants to lead. Like the way she rated on the front end of the mile. Turning back, the way she rated, as comfortable as she rated, she may be able to sit just off the pace in here. I don't think she's got the speed of the 3, Dancing Lucy.
I used the 5, and a nice pick there with the 9, Sweet Peaches. You had a nice pick yesterday, a horse getting on the turf for the first time, breaking from the inside. Joe F, big price. So what did the horse pay? Like $20.
$33,
$33. All
whatever,
right. There you go.
We try to do our homework, Stan, but all we do is get beat up. They remember what losers we give them. Nobody remembers the winners.
Well, that's
You got you and Vinny. Vinny's doing a ton of work, so hopefully they put stuff together. And if they would have put stuff together yesterday, they probably would have taken down the pick 6 ticket. But
well,
I didn't either, so it just shows how dumb I am.
Normally I start my pick 6, starting with the first leg, race 4, going through race 9. Last night I said, well, let's do something different for today. We're going to take a big swing at it. I started with race 9 and then work my way back to race 4. and probably a good thing I did because race 9 is as tough as anything here today. If you're live going into race 9, hopefully you're spread deep in this race. Maiden special weight filly mares 3 and up, going a mile and a 16th on the Fort Marcy. Rails at 87 feet, and one of the favorites going to be from the outside. Let's take a look here at the 11 Seize the Rings last race. This was over there, and I'm sorry, it's right here at Pimlico. The horse stumbles a little bit entering the lane. Was 6-1 this day in traffic behind horses back there. The winner, Capucine, was a 40-1 upset here. Anissa was a solid runner. This was a very, very tough maiden special weight race, and you're going to see Seize the Ring making closing with some interest down there on the inside. Gets up for 4th behind a tough top 3. I think should improve second off the layoff today.
Yeah, she kind of took an odd step, was in a little tight, and had to stumble at the head of the lane. What we didn't see there through the gallop out, she really kept on strongly. Unfortunately, draws an outside post today. Going to be a shorter price. I'll use her underneath in exactas and tries and supers and whatnot. I might toss her in late on like a pick 3 or pick 4 ticket. The 8 Set for 6 is a filly that really showed a lot of promise as a 2-year-old in September of 2015 behind Maryland's Love in Lexington Street. What a good run this filly made off the pace after that early trouble. Came back, really disappointed at a short price. That was a Linda Rice horse, City Siren, that beat her back in October, ran off the screen. You see Elusive Joni. One thing about this filly, I went back and looked at that race. She's got some funky action, so maybe that's why the long, lengthy layoff we haven't seen her since October. But I'm looking at this field. Delacour, I'm taking Delacour. All he does is win on the grass.
Yep.
I think she's got enough speed with a good break. She's by exchange rate out of a pulpit mare, and is kin to a brother. She has a brother that won long on the grass. Looking at this field, I don't see a whole lot of speed. I think Set for 6, maybe the same MO as Extol, Schoenenthal's horse yesterday in the nightcap, and maybe go a long way on the lead.
Oh, all right, yeah, it's a wide open race. That's a horse you absolutely have to use. Yeah, you mentioned Arnaud Delacour just went on the turf. Coming off a layoff, he's 30%. First time turf, 26%. First Lasix, 24%. So lots to like there. You like the 3 a little bit.
It's another Delacour,
yeah, another Delacour. First time starter here. I'm going to use this one on top. 3-year-old filly by Scat Daddy. I love the Scat Daddies on the turf. The dam was 2 for 17. Made about 42,000. Both of her wins came going long on the grass. This filly's a half sister to Performing, who had 5 wins going long on the grass. Made 171,000. Arnaud Delacour with his first time starters, 22%. We know all his other stats are good. Fergal Lynch aboard here. Nice 8-1 price. Hopefully Lynch can get a ground saving trip here on the 3.
Yeah, and what he can do is he can get horses, to win long first time out. That's tough to do. Now the turf's a little bit easier than the dirt. No doubt about it. As you said though, this horse is kin to 5 turf winners. I think the foals combined for like 33 wins. It's a winning family with a barn that can win first out going around the ground.
All right, let's see. We both like the 4 as well. Vagabond, yeah, you have to use this horse. 8-1 for the Hall of Famer Edgar Prado aboard for the other Hall of Famer, Shug McGahee, the trainer. Again, coming out of that same race we showed there with Seize the Ring being 4th. That was a very, very tough race. This is a well-bred 3-year-old daughter of Art. She was 6-1 in that debut, a wide journey there. I expect the biggest improvement here, second time start. And looking at a 37-horse sampling, Shug McGahee, 27% with a nice positive ROI. So this is a 3-year-old filly I think you have to use.
Is the Amish market still open there on 198?
I think so.
That sells the good chicken and everything that Stan used to pick it up in Action Andy. This horse could have gone out there and gotten some for us and brought it back. This is how wide Vagabond was last time out. So any kind of ground saving trip, I think she's kind of got to improve off of that debut effort.
All right, looks like we're right on time here. 31 minutes out for today's first race. Dave Rodman's going to be coming up next with all of today's scratches and changes. Nice carryover in that Rainbow Pick 6. We're up over $20,000. It starts race 4. Get your friends, throw some money together, and put a ticket in that Rainbow Pick 6. I'm looking forward to it. It's a tough sequence, so if you have all 6 winners, good shot. You can take it down today.
But you saw yesterday, you miss on the first leg, come back. The late pick 5 paid $4,000 for 50 cents. The late pick 4 paid $4,000 for 50 cents. It was definitely havable. I mean, we were on pretty much all the winners on top. So, you don't get discouraged if you miss the first one. Try again, because there's value still there.
Absolutely. All right, 30 minutes out for the first race. Dave Rodman's coming up next with all of today's scratches and changes. Good luck.